Hey, good morning, everybody. Let's take a look at everything going on in the world of weather. We have a lot to talk about here, so let's start off by looking at the Gina camera, where we have some high clouds out there. Not looking at anything too crazy this morning. It is comfortably cool out there, and it looks like temperatures are going to really come up. Actually, after midnight tonight, we're going to see that moisture get into the area, and we are going to see clouds thicken up, and we have that severe weather possible. Then comes the wintry threat, and we're going to take a look at all of this here in just a second. Right now, 11:03. Yeah, it's later than normal, but I wanted to get another round of ensembles in, and they were at least sort of helpful, and I'll tell you why about that in just a little bit. The perpetual freeze warnings out here in North Florida continue. Lots of snow up north, starting to see some radar elements breaking out across Missouri. If I didn't love y'all so much, I'd be up there hanging out with the family and watching it snow, but we're going to stay here because we might see something down here, and we might have some severe weather tomorrow, and I got to be here for that. But everything breaking out as expected up that way. We have winter storm warnings, ice storm warnings, winter weather advisories all the way down toward Clarksville, Tennessee, and as far south as the Kansas-Oklahoma border, and then down toward almost to Branson, but not quite. It looks like it's just off to the northeast of that area. So temperatures right now from the upper 40s in Monroe to the low to mid 60s down along I-10. We're at 54 here in Alexandria, and so actually we have a southerly flow that's starting up. And this is going to pull the moisture in. Actually, it's going to be what causes temperatures to rise after midnight tonight. You can see that southerly flow is going to start to strengthen and turn more from the south, pulling up that Gulf moisture, and we get a very quick moisture return. It's going to be just enough to get some severe weather out of this, though, as the wind shear is going to be plentiful, and we have quite the nasty little upper-level system coming in. I never noticed that. We have a difference from the daytime cloudy to the nighttime cloudy. How about that? So 6 p.m., it will be a little darker. Temperature's really not falling at all tonight, though. Mid-50s by midnight, and then we're going to come up from there. So that's what the day planner looks like. Here is what we're going to on the GFS model. I'm going to get irresponsible and show you it out into the future because I think it finally tells the story of my confusion the correct way, so we'll go for it. Here's what we have coming in over the next little while here. Sunday, 1 p.m., you can see some showers, maybe a few thunderstorms starting to fire up. Big winter storm to the north, and then that storm system comes through here. It's going to be a quick hitter, probably couple hours of activity in any given location in the area, and we'll see that pretty solid line of storms, possibly with some storms forming out ahead of it. But if they do, they're going to be like immediately ahead of it, and they're going to get absorbed pretty quickly. So that is kind of what we're looking like for that set of thunderstorms. I think the worst of the severe threats going to be from our area up into Mississippi. I know there are certain storm chasers that are going to be coming down to this area, and let's hope they're let down and it's a wasted trip. And then we go into the future here. Okay, now we're talking. Now you can see, I think the precip type's way off here, first off. Precipitation type this far out in models is really, really pretty bad from most times when we're talking about these borderline kind of scenarios. So we're not going to sit here and look at this and say at Friday at 9 a.m. it's going to be snowing. I'm going to book my hotel in El Dorado. So what I think is going to happen here is I think we do get this coastal low. The question is, do we have, how strong is it? Is there enough snowpack over the north to kind of pull that, when we pull that northerly flow in over the top of it, does that modify a lot? Do we get to keep it cool? What does this do to the temperature forecast? Because let me tell you, as it stands right now, that heavy rain, moderate to heavy rain, would be falling in like 33 to 34 degrees. And that's just disgusting in its own right. I think there's definitely going to be a bigger transition zone. I think someone's going to see sleet, someone's going to see freezing rain, and maybe the northern fringe is snow, but I really think that warm nose is going to work in, and we're going to see, if we see something here, it's either going to be rain or it's going to be freezing rain, maybe a little sleet. So I know that's not what anyone wants to hear. We'd like to see like a fluffy inch of snow or something, but we're not sounding any alarms yet. But as we continue on here, that thing sweeps out. More cold air comes in along the backside. And we're going to be, I mean, it's really, I'm looking at every single model, every single ensemble, 100, every day, every run, every 6 hours. I'm looking at each of them. And I'm trying to come up with a trend on this. And the thing I'm seeing right now, the beneficial trend I'm seeing, the thing that's teaching me something, is that we're trending toward more precipitation, higher chances. I slightly bumped them up. I think they could come up a little bit more in the next couple of days. So it looks like the storm system's going to be here, but is the cold air going to be stout enough? That's the big question, and that's always the question down here. So let's back up now. Let's go back to the severe threat. This is going to take us into Sunday. Here's your model showing that front right here. Arctic fronts are not typically great severe weather producers. If we see it set up like this with these storms just ahead of it, it could be. Now we're going to see that line kind of merge in with these cells, and as that happens, we could see those spin-up tornadoes in the line. They'll be isolated, but it is something we are going to be watching for tomorrow, along with a damaging wind threat. And then behind this, you can almost see the northwesterly flow coming in as those clouds are oriented in a different direction, and that's going to be bringing in tons of cold air. So a lot of cold air coming in behind this system. We have some clouds, cold, all that good stuff. It's going to get very cold. We know that. Lows in the 20s, all that kind of stuff. So here's your severe outlook. This is for tomorrow, and they did include us in an enhanced risk. Most of the area, or the entire area, most of the state in a slight risk. So there's your level 2 in the yellow, level 3 of 5 up here from Alexandria to Faraday, Monroe, Tallulah, up toward Jackson and Grenada, Mississippi. And that's where I think the best combination of ingredients come together and the best chance to see a couple of supercells form is going to be. So that's kind of where the general risk is. Now I'll take you through each threat here. 5% on the tornado risk. Remember, moderate risk day, we were at 15%. This is within 25 miles of a point. That there is a 5% risk for tornadoes within 25 miles of a point. So basically kind of in your parish, or maybe even a little bigger area than that. But so that's what we're looking at on the tornado outlook. They should be isolated. The biggest threat is going to be damaging wind along that line from, again, Monroe to Alexandria, Faraday, up into Mississippi. And the hail threat looks like it's very low, even though we're in the winter. It's just not a good setup. We don't have a lot of instability, and the cold air aloft is not going to be enough to help generate that hail. So at least we've got that going for us, right? Okay, so rainfall outlook, lots of rain, 1/2 inch to 1.5 inches probably out of this system tomorrow. And this is also going to include a look at what we have out of that next system. And WPC is now showing about 1/2 inch of water out of that. So if that's rain and it's in the 30s and it's 36, it's just a miserable day. If it's 30 or 31 and we get a steady rain default, then we have a whole new set of problems. We can't even get close to going there just yet, but we're going to be watching these temperature profiles closely and how things are trending on that, because it does seem increasingly likely that we'll have some rain. I kept chances around 30%. It's still far out. I don't like to go over the top on this, but I can see these coming up later today. Definitely a good chance for rain tomorrow, as we are at 100%. But look at this. So tonight it goes from 56 down to 55. So it's going to stay steady. Then we come up to 74 tomorrow, and then the cold front comes through. We're down to 28. Look at these lows in the mid to upper 20s, low 40s Thursday and Friday. More cloud cover and higher rain chances probably bring these highs down into the 30s. Again, the question is the high going to be 32? Or is it going to be 34 or 36? Big difference between those. And then it stays cold. I have not seen a stretch of blue like this in a long time, but we're going to keep temperatures below normal, and we're going to keep at least somewhat of an active pattern in place from the way it's looking right now. So if you are wanting more wintry chances, this is the time to do it. Get them all in here in January, because we have that active pattern. We have the cold air in place. So that's why I think we possibly could see something at some point. We're at least going to get some close calls. All right, let's see. Lows are in the 20s. Yes, it is going to freeze. We have the 7-day. Oh, gosh, we have questions. Yes, it's cold up there, Mom, and I'm jealous, and I'm going to require some. I'm actually going to have you put the camera on the back porch. I think I got to watch this snow. Duck hunting at Catahoula, killing some ducks today. There you go. All right. I like the emoji. All right. So it's going to freeze, yeah. I'll pull up the 7-day again just to show you that. And then I'm going to get out of here. We'll go close screen and, oops. Forgot when the show's not on, it doesn't play the video. So that is what we're looking like on that 7-day. Very warm tomorrow, then we cool off, low to mid 40s for several days, overnight lows down there around freezing. I will probably be with you quite a bit tomorrow, so limbering up the vocal cords, and I'm going to see all 536 of you back here and then some. Have a great Saturday. I'll see you back here tomorrow. I'll be doing a text update for our threat for not only the severe stuff, but that wintry potential as I get more models in through the morning. I like to do it around 6, that way I can get another run of things in as well, but I think, you're pretty much up to speed. I will see you back here tomorrow. This time I promise you, I'm leaving. Bye.